back with another Pokemon Scarlet shiny badge quest. Just waiting for people to come in. battle this kid already? I thought I battled this kid already. Hey, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Today we're looking for Sleepy Joe Biden here. That's what today's goal will be. Good morning to you, brother. You were watching an old stream for the last minute, wondering why the chat wasn't working, then you realised. Gee. I probably should have sent you the link, sorry. Another 12 and a half hours and then my parents arrive back in Australia. What? You want me to watch Only Fools and Horses? Or are you going to watch Only Fools and Horses? Ah, fair enough. Hey, it is a pretty easy mistake to make. And instead of clicking on the live video, you click on the old live stream. I've been standing in your dance hall for the last hour. I went too posh there, I think, with the accent. Can't do a great British accent. Well, I can try, but all the lights are off and you've been coming to this pub since you were 6. Yeah, I know. I thought we were all going to going to jump out and surprise them. It's a classic show. I've got to actually sit down and watch more of it. I have watched a couple episodes. Whoopsie. Wrong thing. Although I do want that as a shiny. That is one of the mad shinies. Ah, damn it. I thought I would have made it. It's shut? What do you mean it's shut? You said it was open 24 hours a day. Yeah, but not at night. I watched the pilot and maybe like the second and third episodes. That's about it. I've um I've signed up for what the streaming service we have here called BritBox, which is pretty much BBC and all that, getting all the BBC shows. So I was able to watch Only Fools and Horses on that. The pilot is when, yeah, the first one, yeah, the first episode. No, when he buys all those briefcases, but they're all locked, and he can't sell them. It is quite a, it is quite a good one, isn't it? Oh shit! Where did you come from? Why do they call him Trigger? Does he have a gun? No, it's because he looks like a horse. The second and the third episode, I'm not sure what they're called anymore, but like I'm able to watch it in series order. I don't know what they're called. I was just press play and let it run. Yeah, yeah, when he pretends to be a tennis player. Yeah, that one.
What do you prefer, Rodney? Grass or astroturf? Don't know. I've never smoked astroturf. It's a good one. It's quite a good one indeed. Have you, obviously, like you being English, you obviously would have seen the IT Crowd. I mean, that's a classic show as well. I love that show.
Have you seen the IT Crowd?
That's one of my favorite British shows as well. That In Betweeners, um, uh, I would like to say An Idiot Abroad as well. That's such a classic. You only saw one episode. What are you doing with yourself? Such a good show. Highly recommend it. Carl Pilkington, yeah, he is. He truly is an idiot, and he does go abroad. Look, controversial opinion. I'm not the biggest Ricky Gervais fan. I do like Friday Night Dinner. Friday Night Dinner is hilarious. I've seen it. Father Ted, I can't say I've seen it. It does sound familiar, but I don't think I've seen Father Ted. With the Catholic priests. Oh, you sent me the clip of that, didn't you? I haven't seen the show, but I think I saw the clip. Yeah, I saw the clip you sent me, but I haven't seen the actual show. Doing donuts. Yeah, I haven't seen that. When they get stuck in the women's lingerie section with about four other priests. You got to send me the clip if you can find it. That sounds hilarious. Oh, how could I forget the best British show to ever come about? Mr. Bean. Like, the man doesn't have to talk to be universally funny. Like everyone in every country can have a good laugh at Mr. Bean. Like that is the funniest show that I've ever seen. Like not just Bean, but all his other shows are funny as well. Like Blackadder. I keep forgetting what the one where he's a police officer is called, but that's funny as well. Obviously, they don't hold the torch to Mr. Bean, but they are quite funny. So, is the sound for everything good? Like, it's not too loud. Like the game audio, my mic, nothing. I can't play music because of what happened yesterday. Oh, I could play one song. But do I want to? Maybe. No. Have I seen Peep Show? I think I've heard of it. I haven't seen. I've heard of it. I've probably seen clips and bits and pieces of it, but I haven't seen the actual show. It's in first person. Doesn't ring a bell. I think I've seen it on Netflix or something as a suggested thing, but I haven't actually sat down to watch it. Because I know I've heard the name of the show, but I don't think I've actually watched it. Do you like? It's legendary. Okay, I promise when I do get a chance to actually sit down and watch it, I will. Like, if you say it's that good, I trust you, bro. Ah, damn it. I wanted that item. Oh well. Have you gotten around to trying to watch Summer Heights High at all? That's the Chris Lilly show that I recommend to watch. If you want to watch a Chris Lilly show, Summer Heights High is goated. It's goat tier. There it is. Already got one. Already fucking got one. Look at it. Fuck, that was so quick. How quick was that? Fuck yeah. Hopefully it's a male. Ah, it's a female. I wanted a male. I had the perfect nickname. Alrighty. That was so quick. I can't believe that. I had the perfect nickname for a male. I think I might just call it Sleepy. It's a good reference. Unless, of course, we can come up with another nickname for it. It remembers every dream it eats. It rarely eats the dreams of adults because children's are much tastier. Hint, hint. So, do we go with Sleepy or do we have any other suggestions? I told you it's Joe. Do we go Sleepy or like do we have any other suggestions for a... Or do I go, instead of Joe, do I go Sleepy Joe? J-O. Question mark? Sleepy Joe. Where do we go? I can't believe how quick we actually got that. That was so good. I was expecting to be here for 2 hours before we actually even saw, like, without even seeing anything. That was so good. But do we just go Sleepy or Sleepy Joe? Sleepy JB, Sleepy Joe. If it was a male, we could have called it JB or Sleepy Joe perfectly. But it being a female, it kind of ruins the nickname I had for it. Drowsy Democrat. Do I call it Democrat? I think Democrat's the way to go. Democrat? Or do I go Hillary? Is Hillary a good one? I think Hillary might be good too. Hillary? Yeah, we'll go Hillary. Meet Hillary the Drowsy. No, I reckon Hillary's better because Kamala hasn't been in the spotlight for that much. Unlike Hillary. Hillary's much better, bro. If only Hillary was a bit higher level, that would have been great, but what can you do? Alrighty, let's see what moves Hillary can learn. Okay. Didn't think Hillary could learn that. I knew you could learn that. Let's see what else can you learn, Hillary. Oh wow. Definitely learning that. Definitely learning Draining Kiss. But look at these two moves. Doesn't that remind you of someone? Sleepy Joe. I really don't want to get rid of a move right now because of those two moves. So perfect. We'll get rid of Pound. Pound is useless. It's a terrible nature for it, but what can you do? Okay, there we go. Okay, well, we're moving on sooner than I expected. Ah! Fudge. No, that's going to do a lot. No, Hillary! Run. Alright. So now we're going to move on and do some training over here before we take on the next gym. I was honestly expecting to be here for 2 hours and not find anything, but we literally found it within 10-15 minutes. That's awesome. Zeratul joined the chat. Definitely the next one. Like, I had the perfect nickname picked out for this, so next one will be Zeratul. If I didn't already have the perfect nickname for this one, we could still call it Zeratul. I mean, it's not too late. We can always change the name. Or do we save it for the next Pokemon? Like, it's not too late to change Drowsy's nickname to Zeratul, if we want. That's all the fun. That's all the fun. Explaining to people who join in late and everything, and then telling them where the name comes from. Just like where the name. What a moveset! Could you imagine if it was a male with that moveset? Hypnosis, Pound, Disable. Could you imagine if it was a boy with that moveset? Why couldn't it have been a male or Drowsy? Why couldn't it have been a male Drowsy? Hypnosis, Pound, Disable. That would have been great. I completely forgot that it learnt that move.
When Pokemon do it, it's entertainment. When I do it, I go to prison. Unfortunately, that's reality, dude. Unfortunately, that's reality. Double standards indeed. Sorry, just giving the girlfriend some attention. I don't want her to get mad at me like she did last night. I don't need that. From her. I don't need that. So what's the weather like up there in jolly old England? No, I don't know why this never works. Overcast as usual. Hey! Did you... This... It worked! What? It actually worked. How the hell did that work? Hold on. Ah... I don't know why that didn't work the other day. I don't know why that didn't work the other day, but that's mad. I'm just... No, I just pressed refresh on the thing where it came up. I'm pressing refresh on the thing where it came up. I just wanted to see what that did, and look, it actually works. How cool is that? I can't believe it. I wonder why that didn't show up. And now it's stuck in a time loop. It's stuck in a time loop. I've pressed refresh so many times. That's alright. I like the sound clip, the sound bite as well, so that's good. We'll keep it playing. Again! Roshi keeps subscribing. That's alright, it's a bit of enjoyment in the stream. We can't play proper music, at least we can have the subscribe music. But I wonder why it didn't show up when you actually subscribed on stream though. That's strange. You gotta show me something you can't stop laughing. What is it? Send it to me, bro. Send it to me. I want to have a good laugh. Your mum messaged you good morning and asked how you were. Okay, let's see. Let's see what you sent me. I think you do though. She's not wrong. You do have that. That's a good one. I love that. I love that. That's a good one. Yeah, like, what was she trying to say? Was she trying to say antihistamines? And she she just got it that wrong. Oh, that's good. That is good. That is good. That is good. So what the fuck is she on about? How does she know what we talk about on YouTube? Mom, have you been watching the streams as well? Hey, Oz, how's it going? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. How are you? I'm doing good. You're good. You're just up super late hunting shiny Giratina and Platinum, so you're just looking for someone to watch in the background as I constantly soft reset. Fair enough, bro. Welcome to the stream. Feel free to just hang around. No need to comment. Good luck on the shiny Giratina. I mean, I know how long of a grind that can be. I'm currently soft resetting. I'm starting Pokemon White 2 again. I'm soft resetting for a shiny Tepig, and it's taken me 2 months on and off, and I still haven't found one by soft resetting yet. So yeah, been doing that for about 2 months on and off. How long have you been on the hunt for the Giratina so far? You just started the hunt after securing a Dialga at 130-ish soft resets. Started maybe an hour and a half ago. 130-ish. That's awesome, man. That's so quick. Congratulations on that. That's awesome. After this is Darkrai, then Shaman. Ooh, you're in for a long run of soft resets, bro. I wish you all the best and all the luck. Like, as you saw, I found the shiny Drowsy in quite a quick amount of time. I am definitely in for a while. The top goal is all shiny legends, subs, mythics from every gen possible. Wow. At least Scarlet and Violet saves my time in game. Yeah. Scarlet and Violet, I've found so many shinies. This is actually my third or fourth badge quest I've done in Scarlet and Violet. I've done some before streaming. This is my first one actually ever on stream, and I gotta say, it wasn't enough to drive me crazy because I'm back doing it again. Right, I reckon if it was another game, doing it multiple times in the same game, I'd be going crazy. By the way, you were saying you're up super late. What part of the world are you from, if you don't mind sharing? Yeah, three different 3DSs, so you thought about triple hunting for the shiny Giratina, Shaman and Darkrai together. Yeah, but you think you'd go crazy? Yeah, I don't blame you, bro. I'd go crazy as well. I'd try to do it on 2 different DSs with who was I going for? I think I was going for shiny Ho-Oh. And when I got the shiny Ho-Oh, it killed itself in struggle. So I never reclaimed that shiny, unfortunately. It took me a year and a half on and off, soft resetting to get it, and I never got it. Never reclaimed it. And despite the misleading name, the US is... Ah, you're in the US. Awesome, bro. Welcome. You're so scared of that? Man, it's not... It's so disheartening when you work so hard to get it and then you throw 50 plus Ultra Balls at it and it kills itself in struggle. You got a team just to catch this Giratina to be safe. Yeah. See, I went in underprepared with a team. I didn't have any hypnosis, anything like that. I had one. I think I was able to paralyze it. That's about it. But yeah. And Snorlax with Yawn, Sleep Talk, Defense Curl, Smeagol with Foresight, False Light, Spore and Recover. Yeah. So you're in for the with a good chance. You're in with a good chance to get it with that team. I just had my regular playthrough team when I went in. Because like an idiot, I decided last minute, hey, you know what will cap off this game? A shiny Ho-Oh. And I just did it with my regular in-game team. And I got it after a year and a half of soft resetting on and off. And then it killed itself. And then since that, I don't think I've returned to Heart Gold. I don't have the heart to do it. I think I just after it killed itself, I just shut the game, and I don't think I've ever gone back to it. There is one guy on YouTube who soft resets Legends hunts, but refuses to bring a Master Ball to his shiny hunts. Yeah. I think I've seen that guy. Like I don't like. That's why I'm like so upset because I had the Master Ball and I didn't use it. I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's like, why do we keep the Master Ball if we're not gonna use it, right? Like I should have used it on that, but I was like no, I want to catch it in an Ultra Ball. I have a good feeling about the Ultra Ball. I'll do it eventually. And then the Timer Ball as well. The Timer Ball didn't work, even though I was there for like an hour trying to catch it. It still didn't work. The video's always so stressful. I don't like using them, but got to have at least one on deck. Yeah, I kind of wish I remembered the Master Ball at the last minute there. Yeah, Master Ball for Legend during playthrough. No Master Ball for random Pokemon like a Bidoof. Yes, 100%, bro. If I had a Master Ball, I would have Master Balled this shiny Yungoos here. Or the shiny Drowsy. I don't remember the last time I've actually used the Master Ball in game. I think it might have been original Gold and Silver would have been the last time I used them. Skiddo. Pearl was your first game ever, and you literally use your first Master Ball on a Bidoof. Fair enough. You haven't used one at all since like Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, if even if even other than the Scarlet Violet Treat Legends, because I was lazy and didn't care, made them all Master Balls. Yeah, fair enough. Sorry if my reading's a bit shabby. I'm not wearing my proper contact lenses because they fell out of my eye and broke. So I'm wearing my spare contact lenses and they're not as good, so I can't see as well with them. But I will be going to get them replaced very soon. Another normal set of legends is nothing special to me after having so many main games saves, yeah. Oh wow. Oh, Hillary just fainted. Well, it's got leftovers and I got the Moog Thief, so I'll be getting that. Thank you. Oh, I was going to say, do we live another Razor Leaf? But he went for Tail Whip, that's good. Have you done any Pokerator shining in shiny hunting in Diamond and Pearl or Platinum? And sadly, those are some of the games I missed. I did play the remakes. Normal Pokemon hunting, not too much. Just doing the legendaries. You've only hunted for legends or soft reset. Yeah, fair enough.
You got more balls than me, man. You got more balls than me doing that. I give you credit. Give you all the props. Scarlet Violet, I've got quite a bit of easy shinies. Yeah. Oh, man. A random shiny, some Dynamax.
Yeah. I remember I did a Terra raid of a Glaceon,
And Glaceon's got a terrible shiny. Well, not terrible, but it's so hard to notice. And I came out of the Terra raid, and I'm like, hold on. Is that... I checked the summary and it came... Yeah, it was shiny. I was like, okay. In the box you go. But I remember in my main playthrough of Scarlet, I was running around, and I found a random shiny Riolu, like very high level. I don't remember what the level was, but I didn't know that it learnt the move final Gambit. And he used that move after the quick ball failed. So yeah. And I forgot to save. So thank you very much. Or I think I had autosave on as well. You found a full odds Rockruff at the doorbell of your first team starbase after playing a Pokemon game for the first time since Sun and Moon released. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Like, I love Rockruff. Rockruff and like the shiny Rockruff especially is awesome. For me, it was finding it was your first day on as well, so literally maybe an hour into playing even.
Yeah, for me, like I finished the game, had 50 something hours in before I found my first shiny, or maybe I just wasn't looking hard enough. I just ran through the game and yeah, but then when I learned all the shiny hunting methods and everything, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give a shiny badge quest a go, and I did it on my first playthrough of Violet. I think I ended that with like 200 something hours. So yeah, I've put a lot of time and effort into these games. Are you looking forward to Legends ZA at all? Or is Legends not your cup of tea? In my main playthrough I do, but in these I don't. In Violet I didn't. A lot of the hunts I did were just shiny chum hunts, but Legends Arceus is your favorite Pokemon game since ORAS and the best Switch title. Yeah. Easily. You're skeptical of the new game being good though, but we'll see. In game like usual, yeah. I mean, I actually did kind of like Gen 6. Like, it just brought me back to what the original Pokemon games were like when I first played them. From what you've seen though, the new game's map is already confirmed to be smaller than Paldea. Yeah, apparently it's just the main city of Lumios. However, it's supposedly extremely dense with content rather than widespread and open.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Like, I'm really looking forward to it. I want to see what they do and how they go.
Your guess is the game will be strictly future based, as it would fit the past
Legends title and being both, and Scarlet Violet being both. Yeah, like that is actually a good assumption to make, like a good guess. I never actually thought about that, but now that you mention it, like with all the trailers and everything, or it will be both in some sense that they use future technology to link or upload themselves to the past or something to learn from and experience both sides of the world. Sort of like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, they're pretty good guesses, man. Like, those are your best guesses, and before it was even announced, your guess was a Legends game more than a Gen 5 remake.
Yeah, like, I actually like that they didn't remake Gen 5 just yet. I hope they do remake it. They are some of my favourite games as well, so I really do want them to remake it, but I want them to do it justice, because they do deserve justice. Not like what happened with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. They could have done so much more to make that game better. I'm not saying it's bad by any means, but it could have been so much better. Don't get you wrong, you love Gen 5, but you think getting 4 games in a row in total, you can sit for the Kalos story for a minute? Yeah, 100%, man. And like I said, like, it's better they take their time with it and try and perfect the game, the remakes. And 100% from what you've heard, Game Freak let another company develop Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl while they made Legends, which can be part of the reason it's a faithful remake. Yeah, they did let another company remake Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. It was Ilka, I think. Yeah, I wouldn't have that again, man. Like, seriously, it took. I don't know. It didn't feel like how Heart Gold and Soul Silver felt. Or to a lesser extent, how Oras felt. Like, at least BDSP is better than Let's Go. Yeah. And more importantly, at least we got a Switch port of the past gen. Well, yeah, definitely. Like, and I'm glad they did it. They experimented. It didn't go the way they wanted, but hey, we got Legends out of it, which was a great game, and they're expanding on Legends now. So, and keeping Shaman and Darkrai events was a huge L. Yeah. But I liked how they made Spirit Tomb more easily accessible in BDSP. That really made it good.
Shaman is still technically shiny huntable with a chip version 01 or 02.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you'd know more than me.
I'm not big into legendary shiny hunting. I take what I can get when it comes to shinies. Darkrai is not obtainable regardless of Void Walk Glitch because the event is needed to spawn it. Yeah. And it can't be huntable in Legends. I know it's available in Legends, but it can't be shiny hunted in Legends, can it? I don't. Which is hilarious to you that Darkrai Pokemon can't be void walked.
Yeah. And correct, all Legends subs, mythics are locked in Legends except for one, if you can guess. Is it Arceus? That's not locked. Like, I'm sorry if I'm being ignorant, but I'm not big into the legendary shiny hunting. No, technically that Arceus does unlock a shiny Arceus hunt though. Ah, there you go.
If you get the Arceus, it unlocks a shiny huntable event in BDSP. Okay.
I wasn't aware of that. But it's a shiny Fiona or Manaphy egg. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the when you do that special.
That special thing to get them, isn't it? With the Basculegion and the Quilladin, is it? Alright, I forgot the evolution of Quillfish. Or is an egg in BDSP that you're talking about? Fiona has always been shiny that way. Okay. In any game she's in. Have you seen
I don't know if you've seen the Jay Wits at all, where he tried to Masuda works as well. Considering it's an egg, yeah. So Scarlet Violet Masuda plus egg sandwich is probably the best bet. Yeah, I reckon it would be. I don't know if you follow the Jay Wits at all, but he uploaded a video about the hardest shiny hunt, which was Fiona or Manaphy or something in the original games, but he said it's through Pokemon Ranger or something that it can be done, and he actually uploaded a video, and then someone actually at the end of it somehow they found a shiny glitch for it. Yeah, I like what I saw in the video that Jay Wits put out. Yeah, it is, because apparently you need one egg is given per save of Ranger upon completion. Yeah, and that's per cartridge as well. So if they've already claimed it off their save previously, and you're the second hand owner of it, you've got no chance of getting it. Then you take that egg, send it to Diamond Pearl, and then to Heart Gold Soul Silver, and then hatch for a shiny chance. Worse than base. Yeah.
You can wipe the data that the egg has been given, but that it's technically not 100% legit then. Okay, I didn't know you could actually do that by wiping the data. Ridiculous hunt all around, similar to things like Wishmaker Jirachi. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that's ridiculous. Wasn't Deoxys in Emerald super hard as well? No, I wouldn't spend thousands for a Manaphy either. I'd do the same. Yeah, I've heard it's pretty damn hard. And that were the days when they didn't shiny lock the legendaries. So you could actually be mentally insane and hunt for them if you if you so wished. Just like you can hunt shiny Mew if you're on Japan, but I don't remember if that is Emerald. I want to say it is. Huh. See, Gen 3 and Gen 4 I know the least about. Yeah, shiny locks didn't exist till Gen 5. Yeah, Gen 5 is when they started, because I know you couldn't shiny hunt Reshiram or Zekrom or even what's the I keep forgetting the name of the third one. Free Victini, definitely. We do need Victini. I'm so upset that I couldn't find my original black copy with my black with Victini in it. Or black too. White too. When they had the event where you could go to the island and get Victini. Yeah, with shiny Genesect. Oh man, that's awesome. Did you get that through the event? Like, I remember my favorite shiny came in X and Y. I actually caught a shiny Ghastly, and I was so hyped because it's one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. And when I found out what its Mega looked like, it was so good. I actually had to make my strongest Pokemon and use it in the team. Like, mega shiny Gengar is awesome. It was a KOR event. And you got it when you were little by forcing it to happen with a cheat code. But it's the exact same event, even received in game like normal. It's home legal then, and since still have it on you in Sword and Shield. Awesome. Like, I remember the GTS cheese in Black and White. I think I might have hacked in a shiny Dano to use for the beginning of my second or third playthrough of White. So I love the line. I love the Hydreigon line. To me, it's one of my favorite lines. No, it wasn't even Action Replay. It was through PokeGen or something. Like, online you can generate legit Pokemon that were sort of not legit, if you get what I mean.
didn't care for illegal shiny Pokemon, but getting events across the world.
Yeah, it's similar. It's similar to that, but I think it was more legit. You can gen Pokemon just like that right now. Is it hard at all? I don't want to do it, but I'm just asking, is it hard at all? It's not more legit. Okay. Oh, I was a stupid kid. If you have a 3DS, it's not hard in the slightest. Okay. With a Switch, it can be harder, but not too hard. You don't use Switch for that, though. Fair enough. And technically the most real thing a bot can produce is hosting shiny raids, as the seeds are legit and natural, just forced to happen. The Pokemon you get is 1000% legal and legit. It's a moral grey area. Yeah, like every time, like if I am surprise trading things and I come across the website generated Pokemon, I just trade them back out. I don't want to keep them. Because I don't know if Pokemon will eventually crack down on them, and if you have them in your home or anything, they might crack down on that and limit your access to some of it. So as soon as I come across them, I just trade them straight back out. As for the events, it's the exact same event data used for the real events, so they are basically exactly real events. The only true difference is the data met. It's a date met, but that can be altered insanely easy. Fair enough. I've heard the you can manipulate things to get the events to happen, and it's generated Pokemon are the fakest things, but can be made so real and that it's genuinely identical to the real deal. Yeah, and then even people on eBay and stuff selling complete Pokedexes and stuff, they're obviously generated. So it's all very similar. It's more about your terminology / preferences. The sellers are ridiculous, aren't they? And they're charging so much for it. Like, it's ridiculous. Also, as for Pokemon Home, basically no real punishment exists. Yeah, I know that. Like, it's so stupid. Like, I went through hell trying to catch every single Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet in the main game and both DLCs. I spent hundreds of hours doing that, and then I could have just gone and bought them. There are punishments to hack Pokemon, like turning into a bad egg permanently, taking a slot away from you. Yeah, I've heard that. Hacked meaning legal moves, nature's abilities, PvE, etc. Yeah.
but it supposedly has to sit in home for a while, and most times a hacked Pokemon can't ex- can't enter home. Usually, however, Sword and Shield is like a weird act safe heaven for hacked mons sometimes. Yeah. And some Pokemon are copied wrong to allow illegal trades both online and in-game on home, so there's that as well. Gen Pokemon, if legal, will cause you no issues, assuming you don't use them for an IRL event. That's about it. Wasn't someone caught using a Gen Pokemon at the in an IRL event not too long ago? Even if you had them, they literally couldn't enforce that. That would be punishing everyone who got one on accident, etc. It's literally impossible to crack down on. And yeah, multiple people were, yeah. And one of the guys that works on PK Hex, the thing that makes all those Pokemon and those bots run off, I've literally made fun of how bad they gen them and how obvious it was, or went into detail on the less obvious ones. Yeah, I heard something about that. And you want to say one dude literally had a Pokemon selling website as his trader name? Oh, well. The real use you have for genning Pokemon though is making clones of my legit shinies or events so I can get them out or play with them to not ruin the OG IDs. That's fair enough. Like the only reason I did that in Black and White anyway was because I didn't have the time as I was just getting into the workforce, starting a full-time job, and it was all just for my playthrough and just for me to enjoy them. I never went online with them or anything. I was never big into online, but I just wanted to have a shiny Dano for my playthrough. always get new events, etc., so they are as legit as can be, and send through bank to home for their own home tracker ID, making them home legal. You always tell people the origin of them before I give anything, though, and say don't use our IRL events. Fair enough. I mean, technically the stuff you give is literally perfectly fine for even online comp. 90% of this stuff is available to most players now, so it being shiny is an advantage. It's not like they are, yeah. I mean, and it just takes all the fun out of shiny hunting now as well. Hacked, I think, and IRL. No, it's not like they are hacked. I think an IRL event at least that draws a line. You should have your own stuff. Yeah.
But nothing
Like the events and everything,
if you can trigger them to happen, I don't see anything wrong with them. That's why you keep a set of clones and legit clones for messing around / raid builds and legit for keeping nice and clean display set.
yeah.
I mean that's fair enough, man. But like you said, like if you can find a way to regen the original events, why not? Like it's Nintendo's fault for hiding these Pokemon behind events and not letting us have
Better access to them in the first place.
well, not Nintendo, but Game Freak. I'm not fussed.
Like I'm not huge into collecting any event Pokemon or anything. Like if I come around to them and there's an event, then I go for it. Otherwise, I'm not fussed if I miss it. I think I've got the majority of them anyway. I think I got them off friends who had multiple switches and got multiple of them, and some of them traded them to me, so I've got them through that if I happen to miss any. I've been trying to collect every single event. You still have a lot of your OG ones. That's awesome. I mean, like, it's so silly that Game Freak hides them behind these events and everything, and we no longer have access to them. It's ridiculous. Like the Celebi event in Crystal. Like I know you can get it now on the Virtual Console, but it's not the same thing as doing it when the original games are there.
And obviously people are going to regen the events to get them. Poor Spiky Ear Pichu forever locked time. Yeah, I know, right? That's so sad. To be one of the people to have that and actually have it in a game where you didn't reset or
your battery didn't die or anything. Like a legit one, that would be worth a lot in terms of what, like, sentimental value. You could be wrong, but at least to you, the most rare Pokemon ever, probably. The original 12 Mew winners during Gen 1 through a Japan magazine sweepstakes event. Yeah, 100%. And could you imagine, they are the holy grail of Pokemon, and could you imagine if one of those 12 winners still had that original Mew, and they did the smart thing and transferred it up through each generation? That was the first ever event, let alone a Gen 1 Mew. Yeah. So do I, man. Like, realistically, no, because of the batterying issues with the cartridge and everything, and the save files being lost because of the battery running out of power. But one can only hope that at least one of them survived. And if it did, God bless that man or woman who kept that Mew alive. You happen to get yourself an all-legal GF Gen 1 Mew, but you could not for the life of you find the exact winner's Pokemon to make your own. That would have been awesome if you could have. Whoops. Found a bunch of really close, obviously, attempts at recreation, but you can't get that thing exactly untouched and perfect. Yeah, I imagine it would be super hard. Have you ever tried a shiny hunt for the roaming legendary beasts in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or Silver and Gold at all? Because I tried doing that. It was painful. That was one of my most painful experiences. They are, aren't they? I kind of wish they'd bring him back though. I mean, it's fun and it's rewarding when you finally get it, but it's such a pain. But it keeps it interesting. You don't think you have the energy to do all that multiple times? Yeah, I get you. But when I first played through Heart Gold, Soul Silver, I was through my first year of university break. That was after the games had been out already. I think when I first got back into it, Black and White were sort of released, and I got the remakes shortly after that. And I had the whole
whole summer break to play the game, so I decided to do that.
Never again.
Never again. I didn't sleep for the whole summer. I mean, I got them eventually, but I didn't sleep for the whole summer.
You played Black and White on the DS originally, but then got the 3DS on launch day, so you got to experience it better.
You got to experience it better later on. Yeah,
I bought the 3DS, and yeah, getting used to the 3DS on it might have been the reason it was my favourite gen. Yeah, I mean,
they are great games, and I do like that they went for something different and started fresh with a whole new Pokédex for the first games, and made you need to choose a new team to use. And I said this in the stream last night, but during the lockdowns, I played through Black again. And I just wanted to go in and use a team that I'd never used before. Pokemon that I thought was stupid or I'd never use because, I don't know, I just didn't like the look of them or thought they were stupid or something. And I'm like, you know what, instead of using the flying type that everyone's going to use, I went and used the Sigilif. Or Sigalith, however you want to call it.
and I
had a mad time using that. It's become one of my top 10 Pokemon ever since that. You checked your 3DS logs that somehow, by the grace of God, has survived 3 3DS transfers. You have 600 hours on White on 3DS, so you know, I know little kid me was gaming.
That's awesome.
Hey Shadow, welcome. How are you? So Shadow, I was able to fix my internet issues so I can trade with you if you'd like. Yeah, I'm doing good. Just a little tired. I was up super late after stream trying to fix my internet issues, which I finally did. So I'm a little bit tired, but other than that, I'm good. Sometimes things like that make a new favourite Pokemon and then you try them in a team, etc., and they become a staple. Pelipper, yeah. Zeratul was watching. You finished the Pokedex yesterday, but I helped you. Oh, did someone help? Oh, because you were on the game with me. Is that how you finished it, or did you find someone to help you out? He's got cameras in your shower. Zeratul's got cameras everywhere, man. Big Zeri indeed. Big Zeri. Have I ever played Metroid Fusion? No, I can't say that I have. I'm very basic when it comes to games. Like,
I like my Pokemon, and lately I just alternate between 3 games, which is Pokemon, NBA 2K, and Red Dead Redemption. That's pretty much all I play. Like, I like this like Pokemon sort of thing because I can just mindlessly wander and shiny hunt like this. So that's the main reason I play Pokemon. You got to play it on 3DS because like the 20 launch games, not a single friend you have has experienced the game and played it young. That game is like burned into my memory. Fair enough. Like, you do get games like that you love. Like for me, I remember one game when I was a kid that is always etched into my memory because of how absurd it was. Like, this is going to show my age, how old I am. But there's a game called Abe's Odyssey, Oddworld. I'm not sure if any of you have heard that, but it's such an out-of-the-box game. Oh, you got 10 shiny through Shiny Charm yesterday. That's awesome, Shadow. Well done. Congratulations. And yeah, like it's like the gaming series is called Oddworld, and this game in particular, Abe's Odyssey, was a staple on PlayStation 1. And it was such an absurd and obscure game, and I loved it, and they remade it. It's a Metroid game like normal, but there's a parasite that mimics Seamus while at full power after she's basically crippled to a way worse Mega Man, and the game constantly forces you to have creepy. To have creeping glances of this current clone of you, the player, who for at that time, I'm not gonna lie, the movement of that bot can be scary player like. So for the stream today, I was planning to shiny hunt Drowsy for the whole stream, but wouldn't you know it, I got it in like 15 minutes. There we go. And it's always chasing you or putting you in near impossible positions to survive. Yeah. That sounds interesting, to say the least. Like, if you haven't heard or seen Creepy Ass Game to a Little Kid, but it was a banger. Yeah, fair enough. It's literally just like scary Metroid. Yeah, like I was talking about with the game Abe's Odyssey, they remade that. I want to say within the last 10 years. It's on console and PC. They've renamed it New and Tasty, I think. I'll search it now so I'm not giving you the wrong info. Yeah, it's called Oddworld New and Tasty. It's a complete remake of the platform gamer, but with updated graphics and everything. It's so good. It's so absurd and everything, but I highly recommend that. Maybe even like check out clips of it on YouTube or something before you make up your own mind about it. But for me, it's one of the games I remember fondly as a kid. It's such a weird game, but it's so good and funny. Did it get a PS5 edition? I wasn't aware of that. I might have to get that. Because I remember as a kid, I've never been I never
completed it. I think I only got past the first 3 or 4 stages as a kid, because all I did was just go in and make the funny noises that they do, and just laugh at it, because that's what you do as kids. You don't actually play the games, especially like when you're like 6 or 7 years old. You just go in and enjoy them for what they are. But then replaying it when I was older, when they remade it, it was so good.
PlayStation have been making a new PS5 edition of old games like every week
Or 2, and they are all around $5 or $15. Do Microsoft do the same for Xbox? Because I've got an Xbox, not a PlayStation. Can't afford both, and
majority of my friends are on Xbox, so that's why I go for Xbox. Obviously, it's just a PS5 port and not a whole remake or anything, but it's nice.
Yeah, it is nice to have those. I mean, to be able to experience your old games, remake or not, like it's pretty cool.
You have both, but only because you have your OG Xbox One that you saved up for.
You never touched the Xbox though. Fair enough. I mean, I had an Xbox One for so long, and then towards the end of its life, I got a PS4 second hand. I think it was just for the Spider-Man game that I got it.
You were a 360 kid growing up. 360 is greater than PlayStation 3, other than Xbox Live. Yeah. I was always like, I had a PlayStation 1 as a kid, and then we had the Xbox, the original Xbox. And then from there, I've just been Xbox. The 360 avatar customization alone was a whole new level. I know, right? Like, it was something completely new and different that no one had ever done before. Like, Microsoft was so, even with the original Xbox, like, with that you could actually upload your music onto it. You could upload your music onto it, and I know on original Project Gotham Racing, you could have a station on that playing just the music that you've uploaded to your Xbox, so you don't have to listen to their radio stations. I kind of wish we could do that sort of stuff now, especially with like Grand Theft Auto. That's another one that I remember, like Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas. I think you used to be able to do that as well on the Xbox. And I used to spend hours and hours doing that. You've played Dance Dance Revolution on the OG Xbox, but the OG Big Puffy Matt.
Oh wow, that brings back so many memories. What am I doing? I'm just running around. Do I need a train? I should. Right, I should. I'll go and evolve Teflon.
Nintendo's always been my side console as well. Like, since the DS and 3DS, like, yeah. The only time they fully had my attention was the 3DS. I was on that thing non-stop.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I was constantly alternating between 360 and 3DS all the time. And for me, like, now, like, I love putting on NBA 2K and simulating the league, creating a player, putting a player in the league and just simulating the matches and just watching the matches play out. I put that on and then I just get my Switch in handheld mode and either I'm shiny hunting while I'm doing that. So that's how I completed my my first badge quest in Violet. I just
Was doing that. But then again, you were like 7 when you got your 3DS, so for a 7-year-old, that thing was a pinnacle of technology, especially when 3D movies were all the rage. I know, right?
we had a Samsung 3D TV when they were first released with those proper
3D glasses, like the black plastic ones, not the red with the blue and not the white ones with the blue and red shades.
And that thing, I think I only used once. Like, they barely released any movies in 3D for that to be viable. And then when you watch regular TV, it was just such a headache. You had one of those too? They were so expensive though as well.
And the thing is, they only gave you like 2 pairs of glasses. And we had a family of like 4 or 5. Depends on who was in the house at the time. And if we all wanted to watch a movie in 3D, we couldn't. Exactly about the glasses. I know, like, and then it was what, like $1,000 to buy like another 2 pairs or something, another pair. Not a single unique experience in this life.
But I remember when, like,
every second movie that was coming out was 3D, and it was the next big thing and everything.
and then when you try and watch those movies without 3D and they're doing like the stupid
Thing where they do in 3D, where they're like reaching to press a button or something.
Minions in 3D went hard. I know, right? I had
Here in Australia, we had special glasses for it, like those minion glasses that they gave in the cinemas when we went to watch those movies. I actually had a pair of those. I may have them somewhere in the house, like just sitting around collecting dust. But I remember having those, and I have a photo of me in those on my Facebook somewhere.
I'm not ashamed to say I was 20 something years old and I went to watch Minions in 3D. Hey man, back then Minions was the shit. You're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong.
Like, I reckon my
Generation growing up had some of the best kids movies growing up, like Cars, Finding Nemo, Toy Story, The Lion King. I think they were the pinnacle of children's movies. I can't speak about the movies today. I haven't seen many of them. You grew up on a VCR till like 2011. Yeah, like you saw stuff like that all the time. That's awesome. I'm surprised. I'm surprised someone knows what a VCR is. I thought I was ancient for a second. Nemo was your favorite growing up. Nemo, and does anyone remember the SpongeBob movie? Like early 2000s SpongeBob movie? That was so out of pocket.
Nah, dude, my life is whack because I'm so used to old tech, and all the new tech makes me feel 40. You remember that? Dude, all the new tech makes you feel 40. Like, all, not just the tech, but like all these sayings that these kids are saying nowadays, like Skibbity Riz, Ohio, whatever the hell, I don't even know, but all that just makes me feel like I'm 40. I'm like 60 even, not 40, but 60. And you remember the SpongeBob movie? How out of pocket was it? Like, how weird was that movie? Bro, someone told me a microscope can just be bought off Amazon for $15 via USB or soldering and stuff. What? Yeah, I know, right? And the only time you could use a microscope was when you were in a science class. And even then, you were lucky to be allowed to use it. And when the fuck did CDs become obsolete? They're not obsolete. I still use them. My mum still has her collection of CDs and everything. And we have a CD player that she's kept. And she plays it all the time when she's cleaning. You feel robbed for the price of USBs back then. I know, right? Like, what was it? Like a 5GB USB was like $30. And now you get terabytes of storage. Yeah, but no modern laptops / even some PCs don't have CD slots anymore. Most cars don't either. Yeah, you're right. Like, I know my PC that I have here doesn't have CD slots. But that's the way I had it built. So I chose not to have it. It was a bad idea. And even most consoles now, like, you've got the console, you can get like the disc version or the non-disc version. So they're trying to go all digital with them as well. Yeah, literally, dude, I remember getting a 16GB, and that was to be guarded with my life and sealed in a plastic bag when not in use. Your laptop doesn't even have a USB port. What? Not even one. I know the laptop my parents use doesn't even have an HDMI port. You still have that same 16GB. Most have USB-C now. Do they? See, I haven't bought a laptop since maybe 2011 when I went to uni. That was the last time I bought a USB. A laptop. No, 3000 AUD and no USB ports. You were livid when you got home. I would have been as well, man. I still remember when it was just Samsung / Android charger, and now they think Type C. Yeah. But for the longest time it was micro USB. Like, that was the norm. Micro USB was the norm. And even now, like, a lot of devices still come with micro USB. And also, I don't know if you'd remember those combination VCR / DVD players where you could record your old videos, VCR videos and stuff, and put them onto DVDs.
I used to have one of those as well, and we had my grandfather living with us. You do remember, but you don't have one. We used to have one, and the only reason we got it was because my grandfather was at home, and we got him to just sit there, put on our old home movies on the VCR, and transfer them over to disc during the day while everyone was either at work or at school, because he had nothing better to do. And I think my mum and dad still have that combination VCR DVD player thing. But yeah, we were able to save all our old family movies and stuff from when we were kids. We still have them somewhere on DVD. But good luck trying to find a DVD player these days as well.
A kid told me I was stupid for lighting a CD on fire when I was explaining burning CDs to him. That instantly aged me and stuck with me. Did I ever have a dodgy Chinese DVD merchant?
We didn't have Chinese DVD merchants. We had Arabic DVD merchants. Like, we have these things called trash and treasure markets. It's like a so they have dodgy DVDs and like everything that they sell. Like a Sunday market type thing.
Ours were always Chinese. They'd come around all the time selling copies. Did you also have the giant, usually black CD? Of course. I had them. I had them, 3 or 4 of them filled with dodgy DVDs. Adult films, kids films, all in the same backpack. That reminds me of that South Park episode where they go and rent the Lord of the Rings, and then the adults get something for themselves, and they end up putting the wrong DVD in for Butters to watch. Bro, I recently learned a game I played as a kid is apparently dead and gone off the internet. And if you want to know, and if you want it now, you're forced to pirate it. And from what I read in the same forums, they said it's all full of malware anyway, so don't even bother if you're desperate. Yeah, I hate that, like, when they completely remove the game. And it was an education game. That makes it even better. It was Bookworm Adventures. I can't say I've heard of that game, but sounds like it might have been fun.
There's one game, I can't remember the name of it, but I used to love it as a kid. And the only thing I can remember about it is that you were like this prince or something, and you had a sword and a crown, and that's it. And you go around from castle to castle trying to do something. But it's just so vivid, the memory of that sword. I can't remember what the game was. You're just hoping maybe the OG CD is lying around, or you can find the OG files and copy them over maybe. It's a generic word game out of scrambled letters. Has to be near to each other type. Deal fun for a quick brain teaser type deal. The normal OG game is playable online for free. Okay. But Adventures had awesome fights and battles with each stage and stuff. It was way cooler and genuinely made playing feel more enjoyable. Let alone the side mini games on it. That reminds me, do you remember Miniclip? Miniclip games? That was like peak teenage times for me. Miniclip games, and then Club Penguin, Habbo Hotel as well. Does anyone remember Habbo Hotel? Or am I just too old? Like, I remember spending my early to mid teenage years hours and hours constantly playing Habbo Hotel, everything. I was even part of Victoria Police in Habbo Hotel. That's how deep I was into the game. You remember it? Far out. You didn't play Miniclip? Bro, that was iconic. It was like your Flash games and everything. You played Ancon Arcade. Pretty much the same thing, I think. That was your go-to for Flash site. Yeah, but Minigame had some classic games on there as well. People used to do the dancing in the corner of the chat room doing Cyber 6. I remember that shit, man. I wonder if it's still popping, like if the servers are still up for Habbo Hotel. Like, that game used to be the go-to. And then I remember I met someone on Habbo Hotel, and it turns out they were actually in my high school, and they were the year below me, and we had a couple of classes together. And we only found out when we logged on during a study period in our study room, and we both played together, and we started talking to each other while sitting next to each other and have a hotel. It was like that Spider-Man meme where we're just looking at each other like that. You ever play that one squirrel defense Flash game? Forget what it's called, but you're literally a squirrel with a gun. That marching dance maneuver, you remember it? Yes, I do. Or that one with like two armies, and you pick the types of troops you send out based on the number available and the costs. The other one, but Coca-Cola. I don't remember that. Jeez, I remember there was this Miniclip game. Kerry, like, you played as John Kerry and George Bush taking on terrorists. Like that, that was so fun as well. From what I remember, like, it was ages ago, but I remember that being fun. I don't know if anyone remembers that. It was a Flash game as well. Find the name of it, I'd like to know. And please don't tell me it was Zeratul.
My Coke was called.
You could do music on it.
Really? My Coke.
Migraine War is the army game you were talking about. I don't think I've ever played that. But it does sound interesting. There was less weird stuff on that than Habbo. Habbo was fucking weird, man. But it was like, I don't know, I just got lost in that for hours and hours and hours. And that was a time when we still had dial-up internet. And I'd get into fights with my brother as to who was allowed on the internet at the time, because I wanted to go onto my Habbo and talk to people, and he needed to do his homework. I go, fuck your homework, I'm going onto Habbo. Apparently he has a mobile game now. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I think there's been a few Flash games from my childhood that I've seen as mobile games.
Oh, yes, I think I do remember it. My Coke. It looks exactly like Habbo. Did I ever play Fat Princess on PS3? I can't say that I did. PS3 wasn't a console that I had, so I didn't play much or many games on PS3 at all. That game was really fun, but they removed it from the games listing and you lost a disc. Oh, that's shit, man. You know one game that I love, that I'm so glad is actually back on, you can actually play it now on the Xbox? Blinks the Time Cat. I don't know if anyone remembers Blinks the Time Cat. That was like an OG Xbox game. And I remember, I think I got it with the OG Xbox. And I just loved playing that game so much. What was Fat Princess about? I've heard of Castle Crashers. I haven't heard it. I don't think I've heard of Alien Hominid or Battle Block Theatre, but I've definitely heard of Castle Crashers. I've tried. Yeah, I've played. I've played Castle Crashers. Yeah. Why did my mass outbreaks just change? It's not midnight.
That's strange. Why would my mass outbreaks change when it's not midnight? Why didn't you evolve?
Doesn't it evolve at level 20? I thought Young Goose evolved at level 20. Battle Block is like Mario Maker / Mario Death Runs, kinda, but multiplayer and collective. The player heads and other cosmetics are in the game. You used to have every single one on 360, but you doubt you have them still. Some go for like $100 on Steam apparently. Makes sense though, as most really cool designs were limited events. Like the fact that you can still get them on Steam is something though.
Oh, for fuck's sake, it needs to be daytime for Young Goose to evolve. And it just happened to be night. Well, I just might use the rare candy when it turns to day.
Remember the old way of chatting on cookies? You can
Yes, ASL, age, sex, language, yes. Oh, age, sex, location, yes. Any non-limited event on Steam is like cents to $5-ish, but fewer like 100-ish, or were.
Remember the first time someone asked you ASL and that I said, what does that mean? And they told me. I somehow got confused and scared thinking they knew where I was, so I turned the computer off. Then it was Call of Duty. It was all. Then when it was Call of Duty, it was all 1337 Hacksaw 01. Fuck, I need to get my contacts soon. I can't fucking read. Like, I'm not sitting that far from the computer,
But my contacts are fucking just killing me.
they just go in and out of focus for no reason.
By the time they go into focus, I'm halfway through the sentence. And I look like a retard trying to read.
That Princess is a multiplayer game for up to 32 players with the basic goal of rescuing the princess and bringing her back to the team's base. A twist on Capture the Flag. The players pick up and carry cakes to feed the princess, which makes her heavier and harder for the enemy to carry back to their own castle. The game contains 6 character classes: Villager, Worker, Priest, Ranger, Mage, and Warrior, and 3 downloadable classes: Pirate, Ninja, and Giant, each of which contributes to the team's task of capturing the princess in a unique way. It sounds like it would have been so fun.
Elite Hacksaw lol, and Pure Ponage, FPS Doug. Yeah. And 360 no scope. MLG, yeah. And I'm that old, right? Doritos and Mountain Dew as well. Yeah. I'm that old. I remember when playing Habbo Hotel. I used to like I said, I used to be part of Victoria Police, and they had because you didn't have lockable gates or doors or anything in the game, so people could just go in and out whenever they wanted, right? So they would have people go and do what they called GG, which in Habbo, when you were part of that sort of thing, it meant guard gate. So you'd go stand at the gate, and people couldn't go past you because you were blocking their way. So the first time I was on like a Call of Duty lobby, and someone told me GG, man, I'm like, there's no gates here to guard. What's this guy telling me to guard a gate? Like, I was so fucking out of it when it came to slang. Tell me about it, man. You have a no scope montage on YouTube. Can you post a link? I'd like to go and watch it. Like, that was peak gaming back then. And the lobbies of Call of Duty were just Call of Duty and Halo lobbies were just something that kids these days could never recreate. You just learn very quickly as a squeaker on Call of Duty not to unmute my mic. I can sit and listen all I want, but never unmute. Yeah, like I wasn't on the mic when the guy told me GG, right? Like I wasn't talking or anything on the mic, but he told me GG. I'm like, why is this guy telling me to guard a gate? Like, where's the gate to guard in Call of Duty? It actually got voted top 3 no scopes. Top 3 no scopers on PS3 2 years on the go. Peak teenage achievement right there. I bet you when you went to school and you talked to everyone, you'd be like, top 3 no scoper right here. Talk to all the girls and like top 3 no scoper. Find me on PS3, bitch. You shit talked a guy on BO2 one time, and he told me my address. Needless to say, I didn't talk shit after that. On Black Ops 2. Yeah, like that shit would freak me the fuck out. Like I see that all the time on YouTube. Like back in the day when people used to get on those lobbies and tell people their addresses and shit and their names and everything. Like they were doing it as a prank, but it's still fucking scary as shit. Everyone used to want to play with you in school. Even the teachers? Did the teachers want to play with you as well? You were still a little kid? I was a little kid. I was a little as kid still. I don't remember what year Black Ops 2 was, but I know I was young. Yeah, that would have been super scary to have that happen when you were a kid. Now I tell them, yeah, I know where I live, but and they usually get stumped and say nothing else.
Like, actually, after you left school, you had your IT and maths teacher on your friend list and played with them a lot. Somehow they heard about me on it. Or they played with you on Call of Duty, or they played with you in some other way. 99% of these people are all bark and no bite, zero hacking skills, as they always claim. Yeah, you're right. They always claim to be something they're not. And yeah, if you were to meet them in person, they wouldn't do shit. You've met a few genuinely scary people online, but you've definitely learned from the past to keep your mouth shut around those people. You don't need to get swatted or something. Yeah, true. They wanted to play with you on Call of Duty for, yeah, sure. That's what they all say. Was that what the kids were calling it back then, huh? They were calling it Call of Duty 4 when the teachers would play with them, yeah? One guy joined a party and proceeded to drop every single one of our addresses and names, account info, and then tell us to not make him mad. Far. That would have been crazy, man. Craziest part it was it was a closed party and no one knew him. Far out. That would have been scary. Bro, I would have shut off my Xbox and never turned it on again if that happened. I would have thrown it in the closet and never laid eyes on it again. The worst part was when I tried to pull his IP. He told me he could tell you were far out. Yeah, no, I would have put the Xbox in the closet and never plugged it in again. You literally just accepted defeat, not knowing if he was lying out his ass. Fair enough. Like I said, I would have just thrown away the Xbox in the closet and never plugged it in again. You just unplugged the router. Fair call, to be honest. Fair call. That's the key thing. if they're that weird or whatever type of demented, they usually only boot you, and the best solution is simply to unplug it for about 30 minutes or so, plug it back in, and most times they will never bother you again. Sorry for all the time. It's hard to reset time. No, you're all good, bro. Like, I'm sorry about my reading at the moment with my contacts just not focusing.
Like, I swear I'm not that bad of a reader. It's just yeah, for some I have to use my old contacts because my
ones that I use constantly fell out and they broke, so my old ones aren't the same prescription and they go in and out of focus for no reason. No, like the contacts that I have, they're hard contact lenses. They're not like your single use ones. These are contacts that are reusable. So they go into a solution and I clean them and reuse them every day. I've got specially made contacts for my eyes. I've got a really bad eye condition. Without contacts, all I can see are shapes. My condition is called keratoconus. I'll type it out so you guys can see. Like, it's not a great condition. I don't wish that on anyone in the world. But yeah. That's a condition I have. There's three ways that they say this condition can come along. One is damage sustained to the eye somehow. 2 is constantly rubbing the eye, and 3 is genetic. Now, I had all 3 happen to me. I used to rub my eyes super crazy as a kid, because I constantly got dust in them from the sport I played. 2, when I was playing basketball with a friend of mine in the 9th grade, and we went up to get the ball, and he missed the ball and went and got me straight in the eye. And then 3, my grandfather has the same condition, not as bad as me, and it came later in life, which it usually does. But because I got damage to the eye much earlier in life, because I got damage to the eye much earlier in life, it came across much earlier in my life. So I would have got it eventually, but much later in life, and not to the extent that I did. But that case, that happened, and oh well, I have to deal with it now. You didn't know that's all that was for. You've never needed contacts. You do have glasses though, but you don't necessarily need them. It just helps me focus slightly better. Yeah, like
everyone keeps asking me, like, why don't I just wear glasses? Why don't I just wear glasses? Like, glasses for me, with the condition I have, don't do a thing. Like, I'd literally have to be like Professor Farnsworth in terms of how my glasses would have to be, like lenses like out to here, so I could actually see properly with glasses. And that's why contacts, like hard contacts specifically made to the shape of my eye, work the best for me. And I believe I was going to put my pair that broke in my eye, and I blinked, it fell out onto my sink somewhere, and when I was looking for it, I must have hit it somehow, and yeah,
you looked it up, and you saw the diagram difference, you wouldn't assume glasses would do any better than something custom fit for this scenario. Yeah, I mean, and they're not cheap as well. Like, for one contact lens just for my left eye, not including the right eye, the left eye, one contact lens is $200. So if I lose one or break one, I'm $200 out of pocket. I did have surgery in my left eye when I was younger to stop the regression of the eye. My right eye was too far gone to save. The only thing I can do for my right eye is pop it out and get a new one put in to save it, apart from wearing hard contact lenses. Yeah, I know, and that's just for one lens. Not two lenses, one lens. $200. And then my right eye, the lens, like my left eye, the lens only covers the pupil, whereas my right eye, it's the whole eye. So that contact is more expensive. I think it's $300 or $350 just for the right eye. It does suck. I'm lucky I always keep a spare, but like, it was one of my first ones that I got from my prescription, like maybe 7 or 8 years ago. So it's not to the prescription I need now, and it's not as clear as the one I used to have. So obviously things are blurrier than what they should be, and looking at the computer screen makes things go in and out of focus so much. But I have an appointment on Friday for him, so hopefully I don't need something like another prescription for him. I can just get the ones I had before just made again. But that takes a couple of weeks to make, so I'll be without them for at least another month or so. By the time they get made, and then by the time I get another appointment to go and see them, it'll probably be about another month that I don't have them. There is, like, we do have health insurance where we can use on like optometry and stuff like that, but even then, like with health insurance, you get cap limits, so I won't be able to, like, it'll exceed the cap limit that I'd have on optometry, and it's mainly for glasses and stuff that people use health insurance, like optometry stuff, for, instead of conditions like this. Like, the thing is, the contact lenses are meant to last you 2 or 3 years, right? So you spend $200, but you have them for 2, 3, maybe 4 years, 5 years, right? So the benefits do outweigh the costs, especially with how long you have them, and you don't need to constantly get new ones every so often. But yeah, you don't know how our insurance system is in the US. It's a magic place of either the best of the best, or usually the cheapest of the cheap, LMAO. You don't pay that here. Our healthcare slash insurance system is a mess. It works in general, but if you don't get a good job to provide a nice plan, the GL system. Yeah, like, a lot of people here, like, health insurance is just a backup plan. Like, I don't have it. I've never had the need to have it. Like, and a lot of the times it doesn't cover the things you need, and it doesn't cover it for the amount of time you need it. Like, I know I go to a chiropractor once a month, and it's like $80 for the chiropractor appointment, and I think
when I asked for health insurance to get that covered, they said you're only allowed up to $200 in claiming chiropractor. So it's like 3 sessions of chiro, and I'm already out of my health insurance benefits. Like, why would I even want health insurance when I'm paying for something that's not going to make things cheaper for me? It's kind of stupid, but yeah. Do not need all of that. Hey, you got a good plan? Good on you. That's awesome. But like, our health insurance works way different than yours. Like, we get like a percentage of benefits. Like, not everything's covered under our insurance, and it's only a certain percentage. Your copay is usually only like $20, or any doctor visits, or any or other general stuff, which is decent out here. Yeah. Yours is unlimited for emergency. It's covered by default, but anything cosmetic is super expensive. It's the same here. Like, we have our Medicare where GPs and all that sort of bulk bill, and nowadays they've done away with that. You have to go and pay and see the doctor, but it used to be it was all GP visits were covered by Medicare, and if you go to the emergency room in the hospital, like a public hospital, there was no cost involved. But if you go to a private hospital, you're out of pocket. And like anything cosmetic, like my eye surgery to stop the regression in my eye costs at least, I think it was $5,500. But yeah, anything cosmetic here is super expensive as well. But you know what? Let's give little kids hormone transitions for free, yeah? You get great eye insurance, though dental and dental, but technically all that stuff comes out of your own paycheck at the end of the day. Yeah, so you're the one buying it. Your job just lands you the plan on the provider. Okay. Yeah, like, it's so ridiculous how healthcare is so expensive. And the only way to survive is to pay thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. Here, if you're looking for something generic, most times your insurance would just file and done. But when it's something specific, like for example, most likely your contacts, it would still be ass here. Yeah, like, I think it works the same here as well. I know, like, if you get, like, there's a hospital near me that's half of it's public, half of it's private. And I know when I was there once, I was in the public part, and then one guy with private health insurance had private hospital cover as well. So when he was there, he got sent to the private ward for free for his stay, whereas I had to stay in the public ward overnight. Yeah, shit like that. Like, it's quite fucked, honestly. Just healthcare in general is quite fucked. It's crazy to hear private and public hospitals. I imagine it would be for someone from the US. You have public hospitals, but they will still send you the bill even if you can't pay. Yeah, like we have like in public hospitals and everything, like 90% of stuff done in public hospitals is covered under our Medicare, but then you might have some surgery or something that isn't, so you'll still have to pay for those surgeries and stuff. I couldn't tell you what kind of surgeries, but yeah, and the thing is, like, I think it's something specific, but yeah. You have public hospitals, but they will send you the bill if you can't pay. But the private ones or less government loans, etc., will just flat out not treat you unless you're dying right then and there. And even if they do, that bill is coming, and then you have to fight your insurance to pay that bill, and then fight the hospitals to talk to insurance. Holy shit! Like, I know when I visited America in 2016, like I got the best health insurance to cover me while I was there, just in case anything happened when I went to hospital, because I've heard nightmare stories of people going and being trapped and paying $40,000-$50,000 and not being able to leave the country without that bill being paid. And it goes round and round and round until someone does a damn job. Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare. There's an elite South Park episode about this. Watch it and all of our stuff will make sense. Dude, I've watched all of South Park. Like, I know, like, South Park is just goated. And it's my favorite, like, one of my favorite shows. I think I know what episode you're talking about as well. Like, if you get an ambulance ride, that's around $800,000 alone. $800,000. Let alone treatment in the ride or a hospital/a hospital bill. Dude, what the hell? For an ambulance ride, $800K to $1 mil. What the hell? Like, here we have ambulance cover. So, like, I think I paid $60 or $70 for like 3 years, and if I ever need to call an ambulance, my ambulance trip is covered. But you only have to pay so much a year in total till you max your deductive, and then it's all free. That's where the job and plan part comes in. For me, it's like $5K or something. $5K still to get an ambulance ride. Like, that's what it's like here if you don't have ambulance cover. Like, I don't know, maybe you can Google ambulance cover in Victoria, Australia, and see what it's like. I think I paid $60 or $70, and I'm covered for like 3 years. If I ever have to call emergency and be escorted by an ambulance, I'm covered for those 3 years. So, for example, if you get some emergency worth $5K in Jan, you can get free healthcare the entire year. Okay. But still, that's crazy, the health system. Like, did Obamacare help you guys at all, or was that just a disaster? tells you anything in an emergency room visit can cost anywhere from 500,000 to 10k easy. 500 to 10k. Wow. I think it's the same in our private hospitals. That price range just for a visit. But like I said, our private hospitals are free if you have Medicare, which if you're a citizen you do. But the best peace of mind is knowing you have ambulance cover, because you never know what could happen and when could happen. You know. Like it's a small yearly or 3-year whatever expense to pay to know you have that peace of mind. Well, here is pay your insurance out of your check every payday, or forever worry about something. Yeah. See, that's something like we have to go out of our own way to get private health insurance. So we have private health insurance companies that sell health insurance instead of it being taken out of our paycheck from our employer, which is a shitty thing as well. Because, like, how much out of your paycheck? How much do they take out of your paycheck for your health insurance? And I know I can tell you're being dead ass about the 800k. Like, I'm not saying you are, but that just seems like. That just seems super crazy. You got into a bad wreck one time and multiple people went in an ambulance, and about 5 people in total, costed about 6.5 to 7 mil ish for just for the ambulance. Far out. That is honestly so bad. Like they care more about money than people's health. The total bill just for your family ended up being above 10 million for the family. Did you guys have to go on like a payment plan or something to get that? Because there's no way, like, you just got a lazy 10 million sitting around. The deductible is hit, so insurance paid it all. I was gonna say, like, there's no way anyone could be able to afford that. What the hell? Oh no, we are poor. Far out, man. That's fucked up. That's crazy ass shit right there. That's the American healthcare system for you. I've heard it was bad, but I didn't know how bad it was. Like I've heard horror stories from friends and other people going overseas and ending up in hospital, but I didn't know it was that bad. Like your military, they pay like 60k for a bag of screws. What? $60k for a bag of screws. Is this a bag of screws made of platinum or diamonds or something? Like, That's like the thing I noticed about the US. Most things and exchanges are overpriced so that the money trickles around. Yeah. Dude, trust me, it's like that all over the world, not just in America. Never to the people it should, but it does trickle. Yeah, trust me, it happens everywhere. And yeah, those screws we pay 60k for, a small bag of screws for jets that can fit into your hand. 60k for screws. Like, far out. The reason it costs so much is just because basically was the reasoning given. Yeah. Like military contracts and stuff like that, yeah? Certain companies have contracts with the military and they just charge a ridiculous price just because they know that the government's paying for it. Military here is kind of the money powerhouse, if you couldn't tell by the news. Yeah, I could, yeah. I think I'm going to try and take on the gym and then call it a night. It's getting quite late here and I'm quite tired. We'll see how I go with the gym. I don't think I'll win or do well, but we'll see. Hopefully, I've got my fingers crossed. I mean, I don't have the greatest team to beat the gym, but yeah. I was originally going for a hand hour in the beginning cave where you walk through with Koraidon and Miraidon, but ended up phasing on a Yungoos, so that's who we had to start with. And then within 10 or 15 minutes today, I found the shiny Drowsy that I was after. I was hoping Gumshoes could at least learn Poison Tail to make it easier, but unfortunately, it couldn't. So I'm just going to cheese and work up. And hopefully be able to hit every Pokemon very hard. You should probably get to bed yourself when you go off. I've just realised the sun's out. Lol. Fair enough. Yeah, I'll make it quick so we can both head off to bed. How's the soft resetting going though? You haven't driven yourself crazy yet? I'm hoping you get it as well, man. I got my fingers crossed.
Luckily, it's not too long of a battle intro, so it's not too annoying.
Yeah, that's good. It's not like What game has a super long intro before you can actually see a Pokemon?
Like black or white. Like the whole pick your Pokemon, this and that, talk to them, then finally send them out in battle. You're just holding the soft reset buttons rather than closing up, so it's like 20-30 seconds per soft reset. That's not too bad. Sun and Moon as well, yeah. Sun and Moon were
Terrible with that. Trying to soft reset for a starter. Like the really good thing about Shiny Hunting and Sun and Moon was the ally encounters. What are they called again? Those when they call the support Pokemon. I forget what it's called. I haven't played Sun and Moon in so long. Yeah, I remember catching a shiny Zorua in the school there in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
using that method. That was my first and only shiny in that.
And then I gave up on the game because it's just so long and boring. Just too hand-holdy.
Like the story and everything is good, and like some of the Pokemon are goated, but it's just too hand-holdy. I don't like that. Anyway, we beat Brassius now. I'm going to call it a night. That's a bunch of shiny legends hunts with super easy odds through ultra wormholes. But you're going to make it through a whole movie of cutscenes. Yeah, I know. I know. And it's just like, I want to go back and play them just to do some ultra wormhole hunting. But like, I don't want to spend 30 hours just getting through the story. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like it's going to take 30 hours just to get through the story with how slow they go. Yeah. It's like that. Those 30 hours I could complete like 2 regular Pokemon games and still have time for shiny hunting. Anyway, thanks for coming out to the stream. Thanks for coming out. It was great fun. Great chatting to everyone. I still can't believe we found that shiny Drowsy so quickly. I guess the next episode, next time I'm on, I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. I know I can't stream it all this weekend. I'm going away with a girlfriend and I won't be back until Sunday night. And then I don't know if she'll let me stream when I get back Sunday night. If not, it'll be Monday night the next time I stream, and I don't know if I'll stream Pokemon or NBA. But yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for coming out. And if I do stream Pokemon on Monday night, we'll decide on what Pokemon we want to hunt. I really want to go for a Poliwag in the Kitakami DLC area, because I've never used a shiny Politoed before, which looks awesome. I'd love to use one. Yeah. Once again, thanks so much for coming out, and I'll catch you later. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and catch my next stream. See ya.